The story of Thomas Wirui Njoka alias Tomaso Gagula, the rich kid who became Nairobi's most wanted gangster. Tomaso Gagula was born in 1994 as Thomas Wirui Njoka. He was the second-born child and first-born son of David Njoka, a senior manager at the Ministry of Health. His mother Catherine Njoka was a peer counselor at Kenyatta University. Together with his siblings, he was brought up in a perfect family with excellent family morals and values since his mom was a devout Christian who doubled as a peer counselor at Kenyatta University. Surprisingly, unlike most gangsters who are born in slums, Tomaso grew up in Langata Estate, which was arguably a suburb for the affluent in Kenya during the late early 2000s. Here, he was able to make friends easily since he was a social kid. Like most Kenyan parents who love their kids, Tomaso took his primary education in Nairobi. After performing exemplary well, he joined Pioneer School, a private school in Maragua, for his secondary. Sadly, while in Form 2, he was involved in an indiscipline case that had him expelled. This was a letdown to his family, especially his father, who had sacrificed a lot to give him the best life he never had. Moreover, it is after this expulsion that Tomaso Gagula chose to drop out of school completely, a decision that further widened the gap between father and son's relationship. Due to the unfavorable environment at home, because of his parents' incessant pleas for him to go back to school, Tomaso decided to leave home for good. He packed his little belongings and went to Kayole, where he rented a small house. Here he would find the peace he wanted, he thought. Coming from an affluent family, he was fascinated by the thrill of ghetto life, and it was there in Kayole that he found his love for Matatu culture. He'd spend most of his days hanging around touts, and just like the age goes, he became one. One person who ushered him into touting life was the dreaded gangster Kivo Lumidi, who was also a tout. Kivo Lumidi, who later died after posting on Facebook, "He had little time left on earth since the police were on his ass." He was the founder of the Mauki family gang. Due to Tomaso's great interpersonal skills, Kevin helped him secure a job as a tout for a new Matatu in Kayole called Telebang. It's now that his journey as a tout began. To show his joy, he even got silver teeth to embrace his newfound life and blend in well. Together with his crew, they spent the days plying the busy Kayole CBD route while enjoying the sweet herb of marijuana. This, according to him, was the best life ever. If not at work, he'd spend his days and nights enjoying the sweet juicy plant from Meru Cat, also known as Miraa, and dancing to reggae music at his favorite clubs. He was so popular in these joints that even celebrated reggae DJs and the club owners was his personal friends. This was long before the DJ became a household name. It is this love he had for reggae music that also had him travel to Akambani for the burial of celebrated MC Daddy Konia, who had passed away during the Westgate Mall terror attack. Sadly, unbeknownst to many, this lifestyle was not solely supported by his touting career, but by the criminal activity he'd started doing at night with his friends. During the day, he was tout for this Matatu Telebang. But at night, he'd be one amongst a gang of robbers and carjackers. Police suspected this, but couldn't pin him down due to lack of evidence, so they could only wait. But as they say, the days of a thief are 40. On one of his expeditions, when they hijacked a Matatu at night, a witness said that she could recognize the voice of one hijacker as that of a tout she knew. That voice was none other than Tomaso. You would think that with his blown uncovered, he would lay low like an envelope, but not him. He continued with his day-to-day job, thinking that he was the smoothest criminal ever after Michael Jackson. Together with his team, they continued to rock the reggae. On March 12, 2014, Tomaso together with his crew tried to rob a petrol station along Kangondo Road. However, they were unsuccessful and fled the scene since the police were now on their radar. The next day, the Directorate of Criminal Investigation (DCI) approached his parents at their Langata home, asking them to save their son and send him to the upcountry since he was now treading on murky waters. But like most parents, his parents denounced the claims of the police as utter nonsense. On that same day, his parents called him to ask him about what the police claimed. After refuting those claims as baseless, Tomaso posted on his Facebook account, warning the DCI detectives. Clearly, he wasn't afraid. August 12th, he went for his last mission at South Sea. With a firearm, they ambushed a resident who was waiting for his gate to open, and sandwiched the victim. Later they drove off towards Jomo Kenyatta International Airport where they threw him out of the car. Luckily he was unharmed and went ahead to report. 2 days later, plainclothes officers received an unexpected lead. The stolen vehicle with 3 occupants was seen parked at Buruburu Shopping Center at 11:30 p.m. The officers waited to pounce, and when the occupants left the vehicle to go to an ATM while surveying their surroundings. The detectives identified Tomaso Gagula. On seeing the potential danger, the 2 suspects fled the scene leaving one Tomaso Gagula behind. Tomaso was sprayed with 13 bullets and that was his end. He died at the age of 22 years. He was buried at Langata Cemetery after his father declined to bury him on his land and even attend his funeral. He left behind his wife and son. His mother never stopped loving her son, until her demise in 2021 due to supposed stress. Before her demise, she still posted him on her Facebook page detailing how she missed him every day. Like a great grandma, she even took Sean, Tomaso's son, to see his father's grave. May Tomaso Gagula rest in peace.